Fire says, "You're
You did?
awesome, Muse. Thank you so much."
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Muse has been doing a wonderful job, really. I'm very impressed.
Muse
Yeah,
says,
thank you
youtube.com
so
link.
much. I can't even seem to stream to YouTube anymore. It gives me all kind of
Jordan says,
broken stream
Muse is a
links
live
and
streaming superstar.
finito. I stream on Kick, and that's it. I'll have to
Muse.
talk to Muse.
Cole Marie says,
Okay, Lozza, will you be in
love
voice
pat pat.
after you finish your lunch?
Yes, and I'm
Zayden
done.
says,
I finished.
"Hello,
quickly.
laughing face."
I'm just adjusting your microphone. Your sound is pretty loud, but I adjusted it. Okay. Right.
What's that now? I just turned it down.
Okay, I'll turn it back up. Right. I have to say, you guys all look so wonderful. Maybe I should dress my robot one day, right?
Yes.
I need a dressmaker.
Anna-Sophia Siebenseis. Hallo
I
zusammen.
thought about coming dressed, but I didn't have time, sadly.
Fire says, "You have gowns."
Okay,
Jordan
people
says,
are
I've been wearing the
popping
same
in.
outfit for 2 months, so if my Abby stinks, I apologize.
Forgive me just a second, I'm going quiet.
Mm-hmm. And then we shall start in a minute. Oh, well, we'll both be stinkies on the couch, Jordan. No problem.
Fire says, "Before FF, I was wearing the same outfit since last NOV." Donnie says, "I'll wash the drapes, laughing out loud."
Hi, Tony. Yeah, you have to wash the
Ellen
blanket,
says,
yeah.
"Have you been working on the same scene for 2 months, Jordan?" Fire says, "Rolling on the floor, laughing Donnie."
Jordan says, nope, I'm just lazy Alan. Laughing out loud.
Oh, Eve, you're standing there looking grand on the library. Wow. Like a guardian angel. Look.
Novalyn says, "Laughing out loud." Eve says,
Hey,
"Haha,
Jordan,
I
we
needed
are
room for my
expecting a
wings today,
film by
XD."
you for the competition.
Alan
How are you
says,
guys doing
"I
for
was
the
in camo
competition?
for 4 months,
the
multiple
Fantasy
scenes in
Fair
that outfit."
Film Fest.
Nisa says,
We have one
"LMAO
movie
Akira."
in. So far, somebody that works
Soy
really
safe, la la la
fast.
lance. Fire says, "Great until my computer had a meltdown."
Because look on your right and my left, there's the Golden Waffly, and it will be a great party. Oh no, Fire, you had a meltdown.
Jordan says, I really want to film something. The fastest I've ever done a film was in 8 hours thanks to Loz. I think I can do it. I want a Waffle Award.
Muse says /need educate our Speakine people that chat is spoken to.
Oh yeah.
Novalyn says, "Laughing out loud."
So we don't need to repeat what
Fire says, "Yeah, if I disappear,
Jordan
I'm still struggling."
is typing. Right, Muse? I got it now, after 5 days.
Eve says, "I still have lots of footage to shoot for my
Oh,
film, but
well
it's
done,
coming."
Eve. Yeah. Well, I do find some hours are
Muse
quiet
giggles,
at
right?
The Sims. Like yesterday afternoon, I was filming
Fire says
away really
yes.
happily, and then they started to restart all the Sims. So, and because I have my U off, I went from poof back home poof, to another Sim. It was heartbreaking. So yeah, wrong
Hello,
timing.
I'm back. Right.
Welcome back, Sophia.
Welcome back.
keeping people
Thank you.
entertained with silly stories. So, yeah, let's
Jordan says,
start the
"Welcome back."
meeting. So,
Okay.
Sophia, we in the live stream that Muse is doing, she is doing the transcripts as well with AI. So we do not need to repeat everything
Fire
that
says,
Jordan is
"Welcome
typing.
back."
It'll be in the stream, right? Did I get it right, Muse? As she's streaming already.
Ooh,
So
fancy.
very fancy, yeah.
Mm.
I think we need Muse on stage one day to teach us how she does it. And oh my god, I see a Pikachu. Zayden, you have a Pikachu pet. Oh, look at that.
So, I was going to say,
Zayden says, Ikara rien.
would it,
Muse says, "Write also means writing people. Keep it to a minimum, so Jordan.
I want to
text
start
come out
with
in
a
time, smiley
question
face."
to Jordan and Loz. How they
Paul
got
Marie says,
into
"Zayden is best Pika."
their
Anna Sophia 7 says,
channel, their
XD.
Discord channel, that
Fire
the
says,
website
"Yes,
and
it's
the
really
events
fancy
that
and
back
so
it
great
up.
for
They do so
accessibility."
much for Second Life
Zayden says,
Machinima. And
"Red
I'd like
heart."
to know how they got started and what inspired them to take all this up.
I'll let Jordan start with that one.
Jordan says, "I wanted to start filming, creating videos in Second Life, but I didn't know how. So I tried looking for groups to help answer questions."
Novalyn says, "May I have link to the live stream, please, love?" I can't find it.
Jordan says, "Unfortunately, I found none. So I said to myself, fine, I'll just make my own group. So I went to my partner Joy and said, make me a Discord laughing out loud."
Chantal says, "YouTube.com link." Novalyn says, "Twism."
Jordan says, "She was always good at that, so she got one running, and anyone who was close to me, I pretty much asked to join me in this adventure." Loz has been with us
we
since
never
pretty
get
much day
sleep.
one. And since then, we just don't sleep.
I always say sleep
Ever.
is so 2006.
Yeah, overrated, definitely. Not for machinima people. No.
We're constantly working on things to make things better, to improve, to bring more, a better platform for the community. We're constantly trying to find ways to bring light to directors. So yeah, we're doing a lot of things that allow us not to have any sleep. We try to meet deadlines. There's been definitely a couple times where our deadlines have not been met and we've had to push it over a couple days, but we definitely work very hard to try to, keep this platform as beneficial as it has been over the years.
It is not easy juggling
So,
IRL work and then doing the awards, doing the
you also
showcases,
have
the
big
podcasts, events, and now to add on our new
awards.
venture with Linden Labs, it can really be a
Can you
struggle.
tell us a little
But I'm really
about
passionate about
those?
it.
Jordan, you want to take that one?
Well, I've gone to my fair share of award shows in IRL, and I wanted to bring it to Second Life.
Can I ask, Jordan, does your real life work take you into filming and cinema as well? Or is it something completely different?
I appreciate our directors so much that I wanted to really make them shine and give them a night to feel appreciated. I'm a video
Alright.
editor for the advertising industry. So I do a lot of commercials, music videos, infomercials, things like that.
And how do you
Now I've. Oh, go ahead.
I get to go to the Ken
I'm
Lyons
sorry, go ahead.
Awards every
I was just
year.
going to ask, how does that kind of work compare with Second Life? Where would you say the key differences come in?
Oh, so Rizzo, you go to the Ken Lyons Award every year. Oh,
Mm.
you do know about awards then. And I understand why you want the Waffly now. That's a Second Life Award, I mean, amongst all the others. We should 3D print them, Sophia, and send them.
Well, my IRL work doesn't have much creative freedom. I give storyboard, I get told what to cut, what to put where, which is why I wanted to start
Makes
making
sense,
videos in
yeah.
Second Life, because it was where I could be creative and do whatever I wanted.
And Second Life does give us filmmakers creative freedom, doesn't it?
Mm.
I always see Second Life like a studio. You know, you build, you create, and off you go.
Yeah, exactly. There are still projects that even I have received where somebody has a storyboard that they want to go off of. For example, that video that Mooley and Jordan just did together, and I was a big part of that behind the scenes productions of trying to help get people together and all that. We started with a storyboard. It was a very well written storyboard by Nadir, and he knew exactly what he wanted. And so they were sent out. Mooley filmed it and was sent out to go make sure that she captured all of those things. So I find that there's still sometimes where we are allowed creative freedom within a storyboard as well. But in this case, in Second Life, we weren't told, Jordan, when he did the edits for that video, he wasn't told, okay, this is where you need to cut it, this is where you need to do this. But there was a storyboard where, there was a script, like I want these words on the screen during this part, and, so forth and so on.
Mm. I found storyboarding very useful for Omega Hex. We, in
Anna-Sophia
fact, we
Siebenseis.
use a lot of
Glaube, wenn ich Filme
the
machen
kind
würde,
of
würde ich sie nie
standard
schneiden.
film
Oder
techniques
sollte ich? Sorry, Englisch ist nicht meine
just because they
Muttersprache,
work.
weil ich finde Schneiden Filme nicht so gut.
Yeah, I agree. I have worked with storyboards with in SL.
Marie says,
I've worked with storyboards with Mad P, and the storyboards, they do help. People know exactly. I listen to a lot, even when I don't have a storyboard and I'm working with a client. I tend to listen a lot to what the client wants, and I'm asking questions and I'm saying, do you like the look of this? Do you prefer this? Do you like this? But
Jordan says, I appreciate a good storyboard, but I really want to be the one to create it.
In SL,
You can ask
like
Loz
with
about
Mad
my
P,
dot storyboard artwork.
which have been sometimes they'll come to me and say, okay, you have creative freedom to, do this and that. But then they'll come to me and say, okay, this is our storyboard and we'd like you to follow this. And that's what I've done. So.
And do you work in film or commercial in real life too, Loz?
So I didn't. I had experience with radio promotion work and working with like music in the past. I used to be a promoter and I used to book bands, things like that, but never film. I didn't start getting into film until Rizzo here. He's been my mentor in Second Life since I started working on film. And He's taught me just about everything I know. I can't give him full credit because there's been some others that have helped me as well, but he's been 98% there for me. Anytime I need anything, he's always taught me what I need to know, and I would definitely not be here creating videos without him today. And now I have I have RL work that I get, and I'm a freelance video editor now. So with a corporate company, and it's very rewarding, and it's very awesome to be like, oh my god, like I'm an actual editor. Like I'm an editor in SL, you know, but a director in SL and an editor, but like I'm actually a freelance editor in RL too. So it's really cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Jordan says,
Yeah, that's
I was
amazing
so
to
proud of her
hear.
too.
Yeah. Really,
Yeah,
really
it was a very rewarding day, for sure.
You guys always share with other people, huh? I think that's I was pointed to your group because you're sort of doing the same as Machinima Mondays. You're supporting, you're enabling, you're pushing people to do better. I mean, we work different, but with the same intention. And you've done so much for people, like that huge sim at LEA that you've built now, with all the Machinima decors and free space. You know, you can actually go there and have your own studio for a while. So to the filmmakers, if you need space, ask Loz, ask Rizzo, because they are providing for us.
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity that we have. I remember the day that Jordan was like, I wonder if we should do, I think we were talking to Amanda. It was during the time that she had her first SLEA project with I forget what it was called. He may remember the name of it. But it was the space one. It was like geared towards space, and she had a bunch of concerts there and DJ performances, and he filmed a video there as well. And he was like, I wonder, you know, we should try to get a grant and see what we can do. And then he had all these ideas of what we can do for the community, like a film fest, and you know, we could potentially have it available for our award show. We kind of were deciding, like, do we want to have it for the award show? Do we not want to have it for the award show? And I was like, if you push it for, you know, these months, the beginning of the year months, then we could definitely have it for the award show too. And that would be all for the better for us and for the community, because we'd have a good place, you know, to do that at. And then we got awarded with it, and it was awesome. It was awesome day. We were so excited, and we definitely got to work. I mean, we literally were there like the night before looking at the land, and then the day we were given rights to the land, we were already there planning things out and mapping out what we wanted to do. And he was drawing me the most
Jordan says,
adorable
that's what I
map.
love the most about my team. I'm always having ideas. I throw them at Loz and Joy all the time. And they're both always there to listen and just smile and nod.
If you haven't
and
been
help me get
there,
it done.
go over it. It's SLEA Sim 7, isn't
Aubrey
it? Number
says,
7.
Snaxel.
Yes, number 7.
It's the
Axel
holy
says
number,
some.
so go and check it out.
Yeah.
Can you post the link in chat, one of you? Because then it'll be on the live stream too.
Yeah, I can grab that. It's called Illuminating Machinima. And we've been fortunate enough to have some amazing landscapers and decorators come to our sim, like
Chantal
Neo.
says, illuminating
And
machinima.
we also had Caden's Landscaping, and we had
Jordan says, Adelina.
Adeline. Adeline? Did I pronounce that right, Jordan? Adelina, sorry, I
Man
apologize.
hat immer irgendwer für mich sagt, Sekond live wäre langweilig, der
we
möchte
also
nicht suchen,
had,
was zu finden, wenn ihr versteht,
who
was
else
ich
did we
meine.
have come out and help us out? I mean, we had a lot of people help us come out. Kelly helped out with some of the props, and
Jordan says,
we
Faire.
also had the fortunate benefit of Fiore coming out and helping us decorate as well. She did an awesome hidden garden area that you kind of fall upon, and it's really cool. There was another person too. forgetting somebody, and I don't want to do that.
Fury? Jordan is suggesting
Aubrey says,
Fury.
hello Team C.
I did say Fiore, yeah. There was another person as well.
Anna Sophia 7 says, am liebsten word ich in Second Life einziehen in real life laughing out loud ich liebe Second Life.
Jordan says, I believe it was Kayla, but my brain is broken.
It happens to us all, Jordan.
Yeah.
I'll remember here in a second, and then it was actually our first time meeting, or my first time meeting her. Oh, Bryce.
So, as well as the theatre and the space that you've got through Linden Lab, there are other things that are now happening as well, aren't there? Aren't there?
Oops, sorry. I thought my mic was on. It was not.
Yeah. My switching off.
Well, I'm proud to say that LL will be sponsoring our
Oh,
directors'
what
showcases
this
going
was,
forward.
Yeah. Linden Lab will be sponsoring
Loz says,
the director's
7.
showcases going forward.
Yeah, we just got into collaboration with Linden Labs. They are going to be showcasing our director showcases at the cinema, the Second Life Cinema, where you've seen a lot of directors' videos and films get shown. The major cinema here in Second Life.
Jordan
so
says
that'll be
they
really
will also
cool,
be
and
backing
they're
our
going
events.
to be, like he said, yes, backing a lot of our events and helping us
But the
promote
biggest
those
new
events.
thing is Machini Hub.
And then, of course, Machina Hub, like he just said.
How is that getting along? I keep checking the website and it keeps saying it's under construction, and I am so excited about it. You guys
We are
getting the ear of, yeah.
We're currently working on
For those who don't know, Machini Hub will be your very own YouTube version.
We're currently
for
working
Second
on
Life videos.
getting a demo site ready for everybody, or not for everybody, but I believe we may be taking in some people who want to volunteer and kind of play around on the demo site to see how it works and how it produces for what Q has built, and hopefully
Directors will be able to create channels
get
and
people
add
in there,
video
see
clips,
if
not
there's
to
any
just show off
flaws,
for
or
their fans,
see if there's
but
any
also for the
fixes that
LL
need to be
marketing
done.
team.
If there's any difficulties, we can go ahead and patch those up before we release it fully.
Well, we can do a call for volunteers here, huh? Do you need nerdy people to set up
says,
websites
"That's amazing."
and
Laughing
code
face.
and change
No,
things?
so
Or
what the volunteers, and it hasn't quite been decided yet. It's just something that's been discussed as being done. I'm sure that Jordan can touch base on that a little bit more, but Q has been working on the website himself. There's a lot of work that he's put into it. He's really provided a lot of efforts and a lot of work for us in the community, and Joy is the one that has been reaching out to him and been dealing with a lot of that. She's our partner in SLVCG, and she and him have been working together to get that done, to make sure that we have something for the community. However, right now he's working on a demo site. So the demo site is going to provide us with the opportunity to just kind of see what needs to be done with it. A beta
Jordan
test.
says,
Yes, thank
beta
you.
test.
And so when we call for volunteers, if we do a call for volunteers, that is, like I said, Jordan will make that final decision. But we'll just go in and try to upload their videos, create their channels,
We will
add
def do a call
videos,
for
add
beta
clips,
testers.
see what they can do for the website. There's not going to be any coding or anything like that. The website's going to be, it's going to basically be done, but it's just the beta test. It's the beta website.
And from what I understand, you, in the end, machinima people, all machinima people from Second Life can upload little films there, and Linda Lab will search
Alan
through
says,
it,
like an
and if they
alternative
find things they like, then they will do us the honor of, using it for their promotion. And
That's
it won't be just, they'll give something back for it. It's going to be really like a marketplace for good machinima.
Yeah, so basically there's going to be a few things that directors can do when they go.
Jordan
Oh,
says
there you go. Rizzo
how it
just
works
said.
is because we don't have the funds for an endless database like YouTube, users will have to first upload their videos onto YouTube and then embed them on our
Does
site.
it have to be YouTube that they embed
Fire
them
says,
on?
"Oh, I'm good goddess.
Or
Love
could
this.
it be
So needed."
Vimeo?
That is a good question.
Jordan
I
says,
do not know that.
hopefully
one.
down the line we can get the funding to make sure directors can just
Because
load
we've always
directly
used
to the site.
Vimeo.
Alan says, "Oh, well, heck, that's easy then."
Jordan says directors can embed from any
That's
site.
excellent.
YT
news.
Vimeo,
It is really special. And maybe in the end,
etc.
when Linda Lab sees what we do, well, I'm sure you have the eye of Linda Lab already. And I compliment you for that endlessly. When they see, what's happening, if it's really good, they might sponsor it. Who knows? What I always say,
Alan
but
says, "It's like
maybe
a
I'm
hub for
biased,
machinima."
what better promotion is there for Second Life than machinima and art and festivals
agree.
like this?
I
Like
agree.
Sophia says, there's a lot of people in real life complimenting her, watching Muse live stream. That's what you need, it's they also feel the fun of what we do, of course.
Yes.
And it's serious and fun, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
some
I
people.
always. I was gonna. Sorry.
No, go on.
I was just
Go
gonna
on.
say I always get mixed reviews on Second Life from people who don't know of Second Life.
Mm.
Mm.
I think what it was, Muse recorded my interview with Genevieve Cogman. And so people who are fans of Genevieve watch that, fans of her novels watch that. And I think it's what someone I worked with called snapping into presence. After a while, if it's working, you forget that it's a Second Life video and you just accept it as a TV interview.
Wow, yeah. That's what we want, yeah.
Jordan says, unfortunately, platforms like YT don't really support Second Life machinima like they should.
I agree.
We tend to fall on the bottom of
totally.
suggested lists. So having a video site dedicated
Jack on my
only to
Twitch
Second
won't
Life
allow it,
videos
and
should
I
help
spoke
directors
to,
be more seen.
Brad Linden about that, and he says it's not so much
Marie
the
says,
machinima, but
"And Twitch
the
won't allow it for
copyright
live streaming."
infringements, like the beautiful Blade Runner
It's the
sim.
adult content.
It's copyrighted. The sim is beautiful, and you film it, and it's but you can't. Yeah, it's not just the adult content; it is also the copyright.
No, it's the adult
Right.
content in Second
He
Life.
spoke to them. Went to speak with the people of Twitch because it's hugely important to Second Life, to Linda Lab, that Twitch will accept us. But he says it's not the adult, but the copyright.
Jordan says, I got great reviews from my IRL friends for my Second Life film. Sure, they said the avatars are a bit stiff, but they got
Yes,
immersed
that's the
so much in
important
the
thing.
story,
You've got
it
to
didn't really
make
matter.
it so that
And I'm a
people
huge believer of that.
don't
Story over
think,
visuals
oh, this
always.
is. I mean, people can
Homery
accept a
says,
cartoon,
There's
they can
tons of copyright
accept
infringement on
anime.
Twitch.
So even if they see it on that level, as opposed to a completely realistic film
Alita says,
with
"I will
human
never accept anime."
actors,
So he says
that would
anime.
be.
Right.
And
I
it's
think if
also,
you-
I know Cole.
sorry,
It's just crazy.
No, you're fine. I apologize. I think if you also look at like the past advertisement that we've kind of gotten in RL for SL, with whether it's been like TV shows
Cole
or
says, "I really think it's more the
documentaries
adult
or
content,
something
but they
like
don't
that,
wanna highlight
it's
that
kind
because
of
it's
gotten a
been
negative
stigma."
light put on it. So people kind of have this idea that SL is one thing when it's really so much more,
Jordan says,
you know.
Second Life is
Um,
painted in a bad light for sure.
It's definitely been painted in a bad light. And in a lot of the TV shows that I've seen, it's always been painted in a certain light, or documentaries. I mean, I feel like I feel like that gives us as machinima artists a way to say, hey, we have so much more. And I think that's why it's important to also get Linden Labs behind us as well, to be able to do this advertising and be able to promote videographers and machinima directors and crews and voiceover actors and all of the above, is because I think that we've interviewed a few directors who said portion of the community that are going to be able to help paint Second Life in a better light.
Because of TVLL is kind of known for killers and adult content, and we're so much more than that.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
It's also, I think it's a democratization.
Alan says, I feel like there's a bit of a stigma with Second Life because it's been around a while, so
if you want to go out and make and edit a real life film,
Cole Marie says, not to mention I think it was also CSI that showed Second Life being used, but it wasn't even like actual Second Life stuff XD.
Thousands even if it's an amateur film, because getting sets, getting things set up as you want can be so tricky, so difficult. And yet, if you work with anime, if you work with Second Life machinima, you can actually achieve excellent results very easily and cheaply. I mean, not necessarily dirt cheap, but if you're working compared with real life costs, one dress that a character wears for a party in real life would costume an entire machinima.
I didn't work with him though. I was just working for a guy who was working for him. I was down the chain a bit. I was the machinimist for the virtual footage for that.
Jordan says, facts.
Well, I find the problem is often that young kids are used to the beautiful graphics of games. Then they compare it to Second Life. My daughter was playing this game, Dead by Daylight, and every time I walked past, and it's a fairly simple game, I was in awe about the graphics, and I thought, we are improving, and it's growing, but yeah, we're still not there. Yeah, Cole, that is something to die for, what you did. But that's taking machinima to real-life movies, what she did, huh?
Yeah.
Jordan says, I think that's one of the best parts of being in the SLVCG Discord. Usually, if you need a porp or set
breaking up for
or
me?
anything, and you can't afford it, someone is always there to help. In SLVCG, you have the access to many inventories.
Jordan.
Alan says,
yeah,
I heard feedback from
that's a very good point. There's an awful lot of sharing and help between people, I think.
Cole Marie says, yeah, it got all statusy a moment ago.
Anna Sophia Siebenseis, Stimme zu
How does it sound better?
Oh, Loz, you're really breaking up for me. I don't know if it's for you guys, but...
Yes, Loz is breaking up quite a bit.
Toggle.
Say something again,
Jordan
Loz.
says, the Second Life machinima community is one of the helpful communities
Can you
in
say
Second
something?
Life.
Novalyn says, for me too.
The voice is ticking on and off, so she's toggling.
Jordan says, oh my.
It sounds like
Eve says, whoa. Novalyn says, sounds like she's in a fan, kind of. Safia says, we're not hearing you, Loz.
Jordan says, Loz is taking up a new job as a Second Life DJ.
Holly Hister says, it is difficult sometimes to talk. I want to and I've tried. About it with those that don't know it well in real life. but know of it due to them thinking it is only about pushing the boundaries of indulging in adult content. Safia says,
Polestar, you're
can you
right
say
there.
something? Rat King
Polestar is
says,
saying
tech.
it's difficult sometimes to talk about it with those that don't know
Polyhister
it well
says,
in real
sorry
life,
for
but
my
I
slow typing
know
was
of
from
it due
earlier
to them
comments.
thinking it's only about pushing the boundaries of indulging in adult content.
Anna-Sophia
people will
Siebenseis.
always,
Meine
you know,
Befürchtung ist,
repeat
ich finde
what
es ja gut, dass es
mainstream
neue
media
Vierer gibt,
says,
aber es werden nicht
and
viele nutzen
mainstream
können,
media doesn't
weil
take the
jeder kann
trouble
sich
to
keine neue PC
check.
leisten.
They just bring the old news.
Novalin says, oh, how cool.
But I do believe, honestly, like
Alita
events like
says,
this
is a lesson
will
we have
change
advanced
it,
too
how
far in
people
tech and
look
must
upon
regress.
it.
I hope so. And the fact that the lab is actually actively working to promote it is a very hopeful sign, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still messed up?
Yeah, no, it's good.
You can
Jordan
hear
says,
you.
we asked
Yeah.
that question a lot in group chat. If machinima would ever blend with mainstream animation.
Yay.
Fire says, yes.
Yeah, could machinima ever blend with mainstream animation? It depends a lot. It depends on the graphics, I think. It depends on a lot of things, audio, storyline, whatever, but all these things together. But the graphics are...
Mhm.
I think
one of the-
graphics as well as how well somebody. I think Avi's updated Avi's also come into play, and I think that a lot of people don't take that into consideration too. Is that a lot of people who, and nothing against anybody, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, and that's sometimes something that we're faced with. Graphics, you know, there's a lot of things that we're faced with as machinima artists, whether it's something that we can't afford, or whether we can't update our avatars, or whether we can't we don't have a place to film, something like that. But a lot of vloggers, they're looking for
Colmarie
something,
says,
you know,
if you're having frame rate issues, though, I
most of the
highly
time
recommend
it's hard to
keyframes.
do. I think
Tweaks
it would
your
hard
video
to
and
be
smooths
hard to
it
do
out.
a mix of mainstream animation and something that your graphics aren't the greatest. You know, it's like, would someone consider working with you if you didn't have some of the higher graphics or an updated Avi or something like that?
Mm. Yes, you kind of need to have the kit, basically, the fairly solid kit, and then it dates, so
Jordan
you have
says,
to update it
I
again.
think the issue is, you know how we discuss now the impact of AI
I think
and
that's a
Second Life
very
machinima.
important topic,
And there are those
Jordan.
upset because the
The
AI
issue,
is
the
doing all the
impact of
work
AI
and not
in
the
Second
creator.
Life.
I feel like traditional animators are against machinima for the same reason. I'm not drawing anything or animating anything. The game is. And that's the struggle.
Yeah, I'm reading up. Yeah, could be. Yeah, I think mostly. You can say a lot of things about AI, that
Anna-Sophia
it's a
Siebenseis.
tool or a
Aber ich
threat,
finde,
or
Sie sprechen
it
ein
will
schön langsamen
change
Englisch. Danke dafür, ich
copyrighted
kann euch
things, it
etwas
will
folgen.
steal.
Hoffe, mein
But
Übersetzer macht seinen Job gut. Solange der alte Vierer gibt
yeah,
6,6
it changes the
noch.
original
Wenn er des
images,
Tages
and
nicht
that's
mehr, muss
the
ich
thing
schauen,
I
how
don't
ich
like in
einstelle.
it.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
hoping
same.
that it's like the builders here who create beautiful sims and beautiful buildings, and then there's people filming it and changing it with AI. Now, I'm not a builder, never will
Who
be,
says,
but
does the
that's,
filters not much do the same?
disrespectful as it is using something from somebody else. It's copyright infringement also. But if AI for our films could make perfect lip sync, I would say, oh, welcome, come in, come to my movie world, do my films.
Yeah, I think there's definitely things that AI is good for.
Yeah.
I think it's a good tool for certain things, but when it comes in and starts changing visuals and changing, what we're doing here, we're SL machinima artists. We're not
Jordan says,
SLRL
our next podcast is covering
AI
all things
machinima
AI.
artists. I
So
don't
maybe
know.
we can get
Right.
one of you
That's
or
my
you
opinion on
both
it.
in chairs to chat about it.
I understand. I do welcome AI at Machinima Mondays meetings, but also because I want to keep up with what other people are doing. I will not not say
Oh,
this
definitely.
genre or this thing is not included. I want to see what people do, what people make, and people are very creative in it sometimes. But yeah, it's a matter of respect. I find you have to be respectful and use your own images. And what's the purpose? People just play with it now and don't realize that it can be very much offending other people, the creators.
I agree. I mean, even Rizzo and I have had discussions about what our opinions are of people who do mixed media, like, for example, using SL and GTA or SL and RL, and how we feel about those as well. So not just with AI, but with also other platforms.
I think it depends how it's been done. I've seen films that use real life footage and then move to Second Life to suggest that the person is moving into a new world, a fantasy world.
I do
And you
like
can,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cole Marie says,
But yes, I agree. When they blend, sometimes it can be. You do worry about the protection for the Second Life artists.
Yeah, that was one thing I wanted to mention too when we were talking about Machina Hub as well as the copyright infringement. That is one thing that's going to be very important for directors and machinima artists to understand.
Jordan
is
says,
when we start
Mason
taking
Santiago
videos
is one of my favorite
for
Second Life
LL
directors.
to grab.
He inspired me
these
when I first
ads,
got started. And with his
some
Slims
of them are
films,
going
he
to
mixes
be without
GTA
music,
and The Sims
but
in his
also
videos. And I think
LL
he does
has
it so
already stated
seamlessly that I actually
they
appreciate his
cannot
technique.
and will not reshare or promote anything that has any mainstream music on it. So if you've ever been curious as to why SL's not promoting your stuff, I mean that, and it has mainstream music attached to it, that's typically, or not typically, but that's going to be the reason, is because they can't be backing the use of copyright music.
Exactly.
Because they can get into a lot of trouble. Whereas us as little machinima artists, they're not going to come after us because they're just like, oh, it's just a machinima. Like, it's just a machinima artist that's doing their thing. You know, they may give us a slap on the wrist on our YouTube channel, but they're going to see something like Linden Labs, these big money makers, and they're going to come in and be like, oh, okay, we're going to sue you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never say it's just machinima. We're all aiming for something more and higher, I think. So if you want to take it serious, you have to think about your music too, about your audio and not.
Right. But we will have guidelines up for those of you who are curious. We will have guidelines up for everyone, what the Linden Lab guidelines are for what they can and cannot promote, and you'll all be able to know what you need to follow in order to have your videos or your clips used. So
Jordan says, I think that's why I really want to collab with Second Life singers.
Do you have any idea?
I think it's a great way to have less restrictions on my film, plus help promote Second Life musicians.
Construction sign and get excited about
Cole
that.
Marie says, there are a lot of ways.
I click it every day because she gave it to me, but I don't want to share things and be in front of the message.
Jordan, do you have that?
Anna Sophia Siebenseis. Stimme cool zu.
Oh, I think it's just.
Jordan says, I actually don't, but it's okay for you to share it.
Oh, okay. I will share it on the Machinima Hub. It's .com, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loz says, McKinneyHub.com.
That's a good name to remember.
Yeah. I would already bookmark it on your desktop. Keep an eye on it. Because it's going to be exciting.
Jordan also made a good point. I don't know if you guys had seen what he had said about that's why he really wanted to collab with SL Singers for his next film, because he thinks it's a great way to have less restrictions on his film and help promote SL musicians. I think that's a great opportunity for collaboration, and I love that he's doing that. And I hope it inspires others to do that as well, because I believe it was there was someone on our panel. Was it? I'm gonna get in trouble here because I'm not gonna remember who it was. Was it Anna that sung? Is she here today?
Muse is pretty sure Loz can sing quiet well,
Hi.
2-3.
Oh, Loz has a singing voice. Now we learn. Yeah.
Thank you, Muse. But anyways, we had our panel, and you know, they were talking about the collaboration of music and video machinima as well, and I think it's going to be really cool, and I hope a lot of people go and do and get inspired by what Jordan is doing with this SL music. I mean, he's not pioneering it, of course, because there's been other people who have been doing this, but I hope it still inspires other people to do so as well.
Jordan says Second Life is a world of creative communities. We should be collabing with each other. As directors, we should be linking up with musicians, builders, etc.
Second Life, he's a professional.
Fire
And
says,
Lauren Tone has
"That's
been
my
helping
focus
and
for music,
composing.
in
He's a
Second Life and
composer
out.
in real
I
life.
want to support my own
Wow,
music.
that's awesome.
Not just
Closest
Foley
folks.
and everything. He's giving a workshop Saturday at 11 a.m. about audio and movies.
Stimme voll zu.
So I think you guys might find that really interesting, as is Bane tomorrow. He's talking about the language of the camera. So we have two big ones coming up. I think also for your group, we should promote it.
Jordan says, I'll be there for both of them.
Bane is a real marvel with camera.
Mm.
Yeah, Bane is like a pro. Him and
Yeah.
Muse are like incredible with the camera.
Mm.
That's why we
Anna
snagged
Sophia
them as
Siebenseis.
part of our
In
staff
welcher
now for
Live kann
SLVCG.
man die ganze Welt treffen,
Yeah.
kennt keinen.
Jordan says,
Just
our
so while
showcase on
we use
Bane
it
was one of my
designing
faves.
worlds, and of course, Omega Hex.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and his attitude, he's always there to help people.
He is. I don't think
He's
he's
one of ours.
ever said no. I mean, I'm sure he said no, but he does it in a way that makes you feel like it's not like a no, you know?
Yeah, probably, yes, spot on. Well, last year he won the big award, huh? The Lapiskin Memorial Award.
Yes,
the
Lapiskin.
Lapiskin, it was for many reasons, and that's one of them, yes.
He's yes, we give out the wafflies for individual films and things that individual films do well every year. But there's now a special award, which is for the person or people who've most advanced the cause of Second Life machinima, and that Bane was the first recipient.
That's awesome. And well deserved too. Yeah, he's such a good guy.
Yes, yeah.
Jordan says,
Yeah, very well deserved. So if you come to the Wafflies on Saturday, because
Corey
one
says,
thing is
Bane
Bane
has been
won the
around
prize
forever.
last year, the Memorial Award, so now he's in the jury, so he'll be handing out some Wafflies. And of course we will dance after.
Wafflies.
Yes,
The what?
they're called because of what the award looks like.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just loved how she said it. The wafflies.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Dutch, so it's my Dutch.
No, I loved it.
Yes, we
Waffles.
have a waffly on display here to the left. Well, it depends which way you're facing. To our left, to the audience's right, you'll see the little dinky with the waffle clutched in its mouth.
I love it.
Mm.
I want waffles now. Man.
Me too.
Jordan says,
So what
I
is
keep
the
trying to
next
convince
step?
Bane
You
to
have
let
that
me update
huge
his
sim with
He
all
said
the
no, then laughing out
studio
loud.
space for filmmakers and all the sets that you have there. I love the rainy set, by the way. That's my favorite. I've been exploring. But what's the next step? I'm sure you're full of plans.
Anna Sophia 7 says,
Your
"Laughing
film
out loud."
festival, tell us about it.
Jordan says, our next biggest event will be our film festival.
Bain is actually an excellent company, refusing to update his avatar. Philip Rosedale, for years and years and years, refused to update Philip Linden from a kind of Second Life
Comrie says,
1.0 to Avatar.
Lightwave/Sterax never did.
And then there was, oh gosh, what's his name? The engineer who left a few years ago. I interviewed him so many times, and he had an avatar that his son had designed for him, so he would never update it.
Aw,
Radio stayed pretty old school.
I'm gonna kick myself for not remembering this guy's name, but there's another guy who does interviews who has a
Jordan
older
says
dated
it will be on June
avatar as
28th,
well,
noon Second Life
and
time. If you're in Second Life Directors
gets
and you use
promoted
our
by
SLEA
Linden
land
Labs
film
often.
part
I forget
for
his
all of your
name,
film, you can submit it to our film festival. We'll have a panel of judges picking winners.
It's
Drax.
And we also want to have a People's
Drax.
Choice category.
Drax
Oh,
the Press. Yeah.
Yes.
Drax
Anna
the
Sophia
Press, yeah.
Siebenseis.
He worked for the lab for a while. Huh? Not sure if he's still doing it now. He had the book show every week. That was wonderful, actually. He's been making machinima for so long. He started out as a machinima journalist. He made some pretty good machinimas. He was in the film festival I used to run, the MMIF. And he did some really political machinimas, really good and fast. Yeah. Drax the Press, yeah.
Jordan did
He was
respond.
live at MetaMeets, remember, Chantal?
Yes, he was live at MetaMeets.
Shine
Jordan,
says,
yeah.
someone's poking
Also, June 28th, 12 noon. You will promote it still, but now we know. So we have to film there. But first you have to film at the Fantasy Fair, of course,
Yes.
for our film fest.
Colmarie
And
says,
then we'll all come over to the sim and film there and make a film, right? Sophia,
even do-
promised?
We do a collaboration even. I mean,
Yeah.
have our ancient Chinese land that would be great for collaboration for Fantasy Fair, I think.
Mhm.
It would be. There's so much to be done with Fantasy Fair. I mean, that's the whole idea behind the waffle, is to get people making videos about the fair, using the fair.
Oh, so it's specifically just the fair that they would use?
Yeah, all films have to
Okay.
be created in this year
News says,
on this fair.
pressing
Yeah.
News out to submit a 10-minute
Okay,
thing.
cool.
Let me show you the page that tells you
Jordan
how
says,
to enter,
the only
because
bad
I
thing is
do
that our
hope
land is an
that
SLEA
some of
land.
your team
So
will
we
be
lose it on July
entering
1st. Full
films.
disclosure
I'd
that I will
love to
cry.
see them.
I would love to get that information, and if I have
Colmarie
time, I
says,
would definitely be
I
on
wish
board.
Fantasy Fair
I've
ran
been
a whole
so
full
busy
month
lately.
instead of 2 weeks and a few
They're
days.
only
In S-
5-minute films, so
Okay.
quite short.
Yeah, and
There
we-
could be more
Because the
documentaries/film/archive
jury hasn't got time to watch
Yeah.
length videos.
Safia says,
Yeah, we also want to give a lot of people the opportunity, because all the films will be shown here on the big screen next week, more or less
Yeah,
every
Colmarie
night, and we'll
says,
be talking to the
"Seems a shame for
filmmakers
so
that
many
submit a
creators to
film.
build such elaborate
And you don't have
worlds
to
for them
enter the
just vanish
competition if you
into the
think,
ether
yeah.
SD.
But if you have like a walkthrough, like Prida does every year, if you have a film you want to share, as long as it's filmed this year on the Sims here, we will show it next week and celebrate and talk about it.
Awesome.
Safia says,
What Jordan had also just said as well is that July 1st,
Jordan says,
we
don't get me
do
wrong,
lose
I'm going to try to
our
drop little hints to
SLEA
LL that
land,
we'd love
unfortunately.
to keep the land
Our
laughing
grant
out loud.
is
I
up,
just
so
don't
unless
think it'll
they
work.
extend our grant, we will no longer
says,
have the
"Why is why some
SLEA,
news
and we
don't
will
to
have
submit?" Smiley face.
the sim closed. So
Ah.
we will have to think of our next steps at that point.
Mhm.
Perhaps if it's been successful, they might extend it
We just had we were just invited to be a part of the art festival and by Una, and we just did an event for that. We had a art installations where art meets the silver screen. Sorry. And so we
Jordan
invited people
says,
to come in
"Oh
and
yes, the
decorate
new
their
museum in
little
the sky is coming."
installations with decorations of their that would kind of coincide and correlate with their films that they've done, and then they
Jordan
could play
says,
the film on the wall.
"Everyone did such an amazing
and then
job."
as they walk through the tunnel for that, then they go to the stage where we had our panel of directors, and that was a lot of fun. I would love to do other smaller events during the time that we have SLEA still available. Not just the film festival. I think it would be great to be able to get in some other events, but that's still in discussion. Yeah, everyone did incredible. Oh, yes, the new museum in the sky is going to be available soon as well. Because everyone did such an amazing job and it really kind of inspired us. Jordan had come up with the idea of, he was like, Loz, this was such a great idea. Let's go ahead and get this put into the sky. So we're going to try to invite a lot of people to be able to come and get their artworks placed in the sky and be able to have those out until we close.
Gosh, you guys have so many plans. Are there enough hours in the day? I wonder.
We don't sleep.
Sleep is the 2006.
Yeah.
I had that as my strap line for a long time.
We both have a lot going on outside
Jordan
of
says,
SLVCG.
"There's plenty of time to work when you don't sleep."
I sleep more than Jordan does, of course. But there is definitely times where I don't go to bed until like 6-7 a.m. in the morning because I'm working on one thing or another. And then I'll sleep till like noon. And then I'll wake up and do it all over again.
Yeah.
But we try to stay busy, not just for ourselves, but for the community as well. We Joy, myself, and Jordan, we all have busy and we definitely have our RL work that we do as well as SL things that we do, and we just try to make it happen. We want people to have this platform and have this community. And
if it was just about me,
that's the thing that
SLVCG
means
would have
the most
closed a
to us
long
is
time ago, laughing out
for
loud.
people to have a place to go and feel like they have other people to talk to, like-minded individuals, a place where they feel like they can learn and grow and people aren't gatekeeping and they can collaborate with each other and they can reach out and ask questions and they can be a part of this community that works together. I mean, everybody has a community here in Second Life. You have creators that they have their own community. You have, photographers, and you have our peers and so many different communities. And we just want to be able to give the machinima community everything that we can and help provide them with just the platform to be able to extend those questions or just conversation. I mean, there's been a lot of friendships that have developed just in the community alone.
That's right. And that's what makes you guys special.
Well, thank you.
Definitely.
Well, one of the things that makes you guys special, I'm so impressed by how much you've achieved and in such a small space of time.
Yeah, we don't sleep. I thought we said this, Chantel. We're very. Jordan has got so many ideas. They're just like coming out of his ears, and and we come up with ideas as well.
I really have to thank my team for that.
And we
Because
just
really,
we
I
just
can have all the
always have
ideas in the
been,
world, but I
you know, no
can't
matter
do it all.
what we go through in life, like we've always just worked really well together. We've always been able to, our team is just like, you know, we put everything aside just to focus on SLVCG and our community and our passion projects, you know, and so, you know, we're just here to say yes and help and do what we can to make it happen. And that's
Yeah,
it.
and your Discord group is awesome too. So if people want to be part of the group, can they hit you for an
Fire
invite?
says,
Because
"Thank
that
you both so
Discord group
much.
is really
This is amazing and can't
supportive.
Yeah, I can
wait to
post a
visit
link
and
now,
tune into the
actually.
podcast.
Yeah, please do.
Inspiration to keep going forward.
I'll grab one that doesn't expire so it can be passed around. Let's see here. I mean, we literally have people joining our group almost every single day.
That's fantastic.
And
Loz says,
yeah,
Discord.gg
it's
link.
an amazing thing to see, and we try to greet every single person that walks through that door, that metaphorical door.
Jordan says the Discord
And
is so
you know,
friendly.
we try to make
can
it a
talk
personal
and even debate
experience
on
for them.
things, but
You
it's
know,
always
it's
a
not just a
judgment-free
server;
zone.
it's a community. It's a home for people who are like-minded and who want to be. And I even encourage people who are not machinima artists. Like I film for Paragon, and I have dancers that I use frequently, and I tell them all the time, if you want to be an extra in a film, if you want to be a part, if you're good at decorating, if you want to learn how to film, if you want to be a voice actress, if you want to have anything involved with it, or if you just love doing the dancing and you want to dance for somebody else, there's always somebody looking for something. Go ahead and join, you know. If you want to learn how to do machinima, get in there and join. People will teach you.
That's brilliant.
Not many Discord channels invite people to walk in, and in
Yeah,
the first second you're
exactly,
there,
Jordan.
encourage you to post everything about yourself, share your socials and work, and then offer you a platform to shine. I pride myself on the fact that we do that.
So we're coming to the end of the hour. Are there?
We are. We have a little more time if anyone wants it, because next person, I'm afraid it's not going to happen. So if anyone's here for the poetry surf, I'm afraid it's not going to happen this week.
Okay, well, maybe there's burning questions in the audience. Please feel free.
Cole Marie says, Dear Fairlander bosses, give us a full month of Faire. Love, Cole.
Jordan says, laughing out loud.
Actually, there is a kind of gentle push and pull going on over this. Because basically the people who are working, like Chantel, me, Gwen Enchanted,
Cole Marie says,
Dawny,
we need more time as filmmakers to
Fire.
document it.
and all the other people who are working on balls
Fire
and
says,
things, like
grins and
poor
nods to Cole Marie
Elaine, who
asterisk.
has to combine a full
Cole Marie
working
says,
life
and
with
people like Walton who spend half a year meshing stuff just for it to go.
a full working life
Asterisk,
with
asterisk, poof, asterisk,
um,
asterisk.
doing all these events in Second Life as well.
Zayden says,
Every
asterisk, poof,
time
asterisk,
Patch
asterisk.
Linden says, you can have another couple of
Cole Marie
days of
says,
Faire. We're
"It'd
like,
be nice to
no,
meet them."
no, please, please. We want to go
Asterisk,
home.
unpoof,
We want to
asterisk,
sleep. We want to see our families. We
For a
want to
bit.
eat.
Fire
Yeah,
says,
but I want more days because then I can explore. I want to film all the Sims, and there's often no.
Well, yes.
So it's a
there is
combination of things. It's a yes and a no. But yeah,
It would be cool to have something, maybe extend a couple days for you guys, the staff,
Cole Marie
to
says,
be able
I
to
just don't have enough time
fully
to participate in
experience
that
it.
It's no
everything.
fun with all the the Fairlanders that come
frustrating.
over. So no, but yeah, what's the fair without events? I mean, all the things that Sophia has been organizing. I mean, do you ever sleep, Sophia?
I
There are
sleep
18 Sims.
usually from about 4 or 5 o'clock till 10
The
o'clock
month seems fair
in the
XD.
morning. And then I get
Says
up
Jordan
and
faced
do
with tears of joy.
spreadsheets about what events are happening when.
Oh, spreadsheets. You would get along with Joy really well.
I
Mm.
hate spreadsheets.
Oh, okay,
They
then
are
never-
my- But if you have someone who loves spreadsheets, send her to me.
Joy is really good with the organizational things. I enjoy working on spreadsheets myself as well, but Joy's really good with organizational things. Jordan dabbles in the spreadsheets a little bit, but I can't really speak for him. So
I can't tell you my schedule for sleeping. You'll be shocked. I have a smartwatch now since about 2 months, and it's telling me off all the time. Really? Yeah, I'm thinking of dumping it because
I set my
pattern. Yeah.
I always set my alarm for wake up, and my iPhone will tell me that is not enough sleep, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, at best it says needs attention, deserves it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
never good. You can never please your smartwatch, never. Steps, yes, but sleep, no.
Yeah. It's like you're not getting enough hours. That's not enough time. You need to reschedule that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Jordan. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Sleep managing. I've disabled sleep managing, but still it doesn't like it.
Sometimes I have issues falling asleep I mean not sometimes. I don't have issues staying asleep, man. Whew. But I have issues falling asleep quite often, for one reason or another. And I've kind of tried to dabble in what can I do to help me fall asleep. I found that there's a magnesium drink. For some reason, this magnesium drink makes me super sleepy, and it does not. My mother actually told me about this drink. It's like a magnesium powder to get some extra magnesium, and it does not do anything to her. She drinks it and she's fine, and it knocks me out. So I'll just have those if I
That's
need
good.
to sleep. Yeah.
Well, I have this English invention. We don't sell it. I don't think they sell it anywhere else, just in the UK. So when I go to the UK, I stuff my suitcase with bottles of Night Nurse. Sophia will know it. Anybody
What
here
is-
from the UK?
What is night nurse?
It's,
Oh, Google it. It's
it's
fantastic.
an English cold medicine, really.
Oh
It's
my-
Green. It's bright green.
Oh my gosh. I lived in
It knocks you out. Yeah.
Ah,
I lived in China for a year. I was teaching English back in 2015. And when I moved there, they don't have melatonin there. And when I moved there, I took melatonin with me because at the time it was working for me. And I remember so many people were like trying to get it from me. They were like, oh my God, can I have one? Can I have one? They don't sell that here. They don't have it here. They don't have it here. It's just like people were coming to me like it was candy. And I was like, man, I only have a few left. Come on, guys.
Mhm.
It was funny.
It is very weird tasting, but
It's weird.
I'm about to fly to the States, and on the way, you know, it's 12 hours in the plane, and my night nurse will be with me.
Are you coming to visit us?
Hey,
I said, are you coming to visit us?
it depends. I'm going to San Francisco. If you're there, sure, I'll come and
Oh
visit.
no, I'm not there.
It's
You
a
can go
big-
visit Mac though. Mac's in San Fran.
Is he? Oh, I'll
Yeah.
give people that I met in Second Life, and meeting Lauren Tone actually. I'm setting up meetings. It's always fun to meet people that you chat with here.
I agree. Yeah.
Sophia, come to San Francisco and we'll have a coffee together.
I would love to be in San
that's
Francisco.
6 hours. It's a long way to come for a cup of coffee. I think she'll at least expect a croissant with it.
a croissant or a little tea. Mm.
There's this great bagel sandwich place in San Francisco, but I can never remember the name of it. But I just remember they had amazing bagel sandwiches.
I have to know the name now, so you have to look it up.
I'll have to try to find it for
Fire
you.
says, Loz, don't worry, I have other folks there to see as well.
Okay. Well, I think if we're moving solidly on to
Jordan
discussions of
says,
bacon.
So, Safia, Chantal, are either of you willing to be on our AI chat podcast?
I don't know much about AI, but if you think someone who's slightly skeptical about it would work, then I'd be very happy to. And the Linden whose name I was trying to remember is Oz Linden, who kept this avatar for years and years and years.
Yeah, Oz. Yeah. Well, Dorley is also a legend. He was always the same. He had like a watermelon avatar.
Yeah, we would definitely love to have pro and con people of AI. We love to have people on the podcast as you know, just people, even if they're highly educated in film, not as much educated. They're newbies, maybe they're veterans, or you know, like we love to have everybody on our podcast.
I think AI is very interesting. It's a tool, but it can also be, yeah, actually, it can be a thesaurus. Yeah, double edged. We'll see where it takes us, but we do have little influence on it, but integrity is important and respect. If you keep that in mind when you use AI, then you'll be shielded from most dangers, I hope. But that's a personal opinion too. So.
Yeah, I agree. No, I think that's something very important to discuss, is making sure you're respectful of the landscaper creators or, you know, designers, and not changing their work.
Yeah, I do have this little book that I bought in a museum. It's called Steal Like an Artist. And when I saw the book, it caught my attention. I thought, what? In a museum they sell a book like that? It's actually quite good. Now, it touches something that Cole mentioned earlier about feel free to use and do your own thing without thinking, you know, what other people will think of you or to please other people. So, like Andy Warhol, he used stuff from other people. So it's a complicated thin line. The little book I recommend, Steal Like an Artist. It's a very old one.
Check that out.
Yes. What Dooney says. Right, well, I think, yes, as we've moved on to bacon and discussions like that, perhaps we ought to draw things to a close.
Waffles, yeah, wafeltjes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rizzo and Loz, for coming today. It's been brilliant talking to you.
Yeah, very much. And thanks, Muse, for
I always love
live
doing
streaming.
these.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us. Like, we're very honored to be up here and to be a part of this.
Well, we are very honored that you guys came over. And also, before we stop the show or the interview, there is a kiosk next to the entrance, and we would love it for you to put some lindens in there to support.
Lots of lindens, yes. Go on. Sorry, Chantal, I interrupted.
No, please do.
It's for Relay for Life, which is why we're all here. So if you can put some lindens in the kiosks by the door, we would be so grateful. Thank you very much.
I will definitely have to get more lindens. I'm -5 right now.
How
I-
do you manage to have a linden overdraft?
There is
Oh.
a
I
there
didn't
is
know
a
that
group that I
existed.
have. There's a group that I have that charges once a month or something like that, like 5 lindens, and I literally just cashed out. I sold my lindens yesterday or the day before. And I guess it just hit. It was that time of the month to get charged for this group that I'm in. So I always go negative. I told them all the time, like, you know your group's charging people, right? Oh yeah, it does $5 or 5 linden. And I'm like, bro, what? I'm negative all the time.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
No, it's the first for me too. Yeah. Oh
Then
yeah,
they
and
got
what
5 linden. No, I'm just kidding.
I draft on lindens. I mean, you learn every day, don't you? Yeah, I forgot to mention that people can, if they want to submit a film, they can put the link to YouTube or Vimeo on a note card and send it to my avatar. I'm collecting them.
If I could add real quick as well, we would like to do another panel, a live panel discussion as well over at the SLEA land. And if anybody ever has any ideas for that up until July 1st, of course, we would love to be able to put it on another live panel. So if you have ideas, we'd love to hear them.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. Huh? Well, we have
Yes.
another wonderful presentation at 2.
The next event, Wolfie's Poetry Surf. Sadly, we made a mistake with timing, so that won't be taking place.
Oh.
That's a bit. Yeah. But at 2, Barry Hexes here.
Yeah.
I do not want to miss that.
I'm going to have to get more poets in next time. We've been poetry light for the Lit Fest. We'll need to bring some more back. But there's lots of other things going on. I'm going to be leading a tour of the region of Gwaith at 1 p.m. And at 2, we have Huckleberry Hacks here. And Huckleberry is going to be showing a premiere of his new film, which is actually a 6-part series, and it's not completed yet. The series won't be released till 2026, but for one day only, he is, as a special event, going to show episode 1. So that's something really exciting that we're really excited about.